There it is right here, Las Vegas Strip. 3 years ago, we set the record as America's fastest street car, 260.01 mile an hour. In the quarter of a mile. Don Spear at the helm. Wish he was here. Great guy. What we're going to do is we're going to up that a little bit. We want to be the fastest in the world. We got to eclipse 263 miles an hour. Andy Frost out of England took his car, shipped it all the way out to Bahrain to do that. We want to bring that record back here to the United States. We want 264 or better this weekend. Let me show you something real quick here. If you follow me over here, let's take a look here behind underneath this rear end here. Earlier this year in Martin, Michigan, we set the world record as the fastest street-driven car in an eighth of a mile at 208 miles an hour. And then we went and turned it up, and we're going to go ahead and set the record as the world's fastest in a quarter of a mile, and the rear end broke. So this is our brand new badass rear end. Hopefully that's going to not deny us of this record. And hopefully this badass thing stays together so we can get the record. So unload this thing. We've been driving on the street. We're going to take these DOT tires off. We're going to put some racing tires on it. Ultimately, the real trick to that is that they're higher speed rated, number one, and they're a bunch lighter. You wouldn't even believe how much lighter the racing tires up here in the front. Same as in the back right here. So we got these big old meats back here, super meaty. There's probably 18 inches of rubber stuck on the ground here like this thing. So if you look a little bit close, well, you can't see it as much, but these street tires aren't as tall as our big racing tires. So we use a 36-inch Hoosier in the back. That's the biggest they make. I think funny cars and stuff like that use them. We like them. So when we do that, we switch that over. We're going to pull the side exhaust out that exits here. That will not happen anymore. It's going to start exiting out here primarily for downforce. We want this bullhorn is what they call it. We want the air to come out, the concussion air to drive the car down to set it at the starting line, and then as we progress down the track, it gives it more stability so the driver can control the car a little bit longer and stay into a little bit harder. So those are two primary things. We have a large fuel cell in the back, small one in front. So the big one's going to come out, that small one will remain. That big ass radiator with that training cooler up there in the front, see with the fan on that? That comes out as a cartridge. We got a smaller radiator we're going to stick in there without the training cooler. So what we do is we use an auxiliary training cooler that's in the pits right here. So every time we run the car, we want to cool it back down. Not because it gets overheated, but we want to remain consistent. So if we make 3 runs in a day, each day we make a run, it'll just keep getting warmer and warmer. So the tune-up is going to change. So when we come back to the pit area after a run, we want to make everything just as consistent as the first time when we leave. So we like to cool things down and get to the same exact temperature as before. So when we do the tune-up, it's a little bit easier to do and find our way. So it'll take us a couple hours to get this thing switched around, and then we're going to probably finish setting up the awning and stuff like that. So it'll be a full day at it. We're going to take our time, enjoy the journey. Hey, don't forget, you guys, to subscribe to YouTube. We're dropping a lot of stuff over there. We haven't done that a lot in the past. We apologize for that, but we're going to use that as an engine a little bit more now, is that YouTube channel. We're going to make this bitch work. What if I blow away or some shit like that? You guys pick me up or not?
You won't. You got enough weight up there.
Put one under each arm and dive off.
Yeah.
Oh, there she go. Almost. Think we got a racing problem or a drinking problem? Alright, enough of that bullshit. So this is a cool little thing right here. It's a military spec connection for the stereo speakers. There's an extra lead in there for the power windows, which we don't even have in the doors. We decided this is just too much crap, I guess. And if you're gonna drive this thing, it's gonna have to be in fair weather or suck it up, Buttercup. Hey, you guys probably noticed somebody actually helping work in the car. He's actually part of the original team that designed the car, probably part of the whole thought process and what our objectives were, how to accomplish our objectives, and on design, and just the pure organic idea of what the car was going to be. His name is Shane Tecklenburg. He's obviously world renowned for all the records he's got in different motorsporting fields. What he's done for us is he's brought this car from something that could just be lost in the mix to the next level, where we're like maybe cutting edge on some things. Shane and I go way back. We started our careers together back in offshore powerboat days, probably about 20 years ago.
Yep.
20 years ago. And yeah, that's true. He had a lot more hair back then.
I had one here 2 years ago.
He's losing his hair. He's pulling it out. And back then, you know, he already knew what he was doing with the Motec and the keyboard, and made some big blower motors work that I had on gas, and made him friendly so he could run around for hopefully as much as 30 or 40 hours at a time. So now here we came through him, and 8 years ago, I called Shane up and I said, Shane, I said, I've been bored. I said, I want a badass hot rod. He said, I'd love to be a part of your project, Rod. He goes, I know it'll be cutting edge, it'll be innovative, and it's what I like to do. And I've enjoyed the journey since we had that phone call. And we do have some innovative stuff here, you know. We have our own engine design here, essentially. Dart Manufacturing accepted our idea and our proposal to them, and they cut water passages in the block and the heads in this thing. So it just went on and on and on. I'll get out of the way here so we get back to work.
I just want to let you know everything that guy just said is bullshit, with the exception of hello. No, that's not true. Well, we're just swapping the car back to race car mode after it's been driving around on the strip. So take these side pipes off, put the traditional bullhorn, if you want, on the side. We use that for downforce to help keep the front end down while we're racing. Don't need that on the street, but so we just got to take a few things off, swap it around a little bit, and we have to run tomorrow at 11, so we're in a hurry, and the whole entire crew got COVID before they came here. So normally I'm not the guy out here with the wrenches. So if it seems like I'm a little out of place, it's because I am. Normally if I can't fix it with a keyboard, it doesn't get fixed. But desperate times, desperate measures, I guess. Rod made the commitment to come out here and run Pomona last week. And do some other stuff with it on the street, so it is what it is. So hopefully I don't break anything off.
Yeah, we're gonna pull them out. All that street driving and drag racing, so it's time to pull them out. What we want to do is we want to get a base on the engine before we start racing here at Street Car as to the history of it. So what we'll do is we'll document compression. We'll look at the plugs, we'll document that and make notes so that we can always look back and see if anything is trending in a way that we don't want it to trend, if you will.
Just draining the radiator, the street radiator out. We've got the race radiator is a little bit smaller and we don't have the transcooler on it, so we just got to get rid of the water out of the radiator, take the lines off, disconnect the fans, take the cooler lines off for the transmission, cap those, drain the oil a little bit, and then swap the lines and put the other radiator in it. Almost failed. Thankfully it's just water.
This thing went at 580 last year, didn't it?
182 this year. Earlier this year, 182.
82. Yeah.
Cooking some chicken Alfredo. I'll bet you're starving. I'm sorry you're waiting so long.
So you drive the truck and cook, huh?
Yep, and anything else they need me to do. A lot of errand boy there.
Nice when I get done. Right.
My battery was needs to go on a charger, so waiting for the charge up. Come along here. That looks like it's creeping up. We got 12.1, 12.2. That's a low compression number. How many people out there gonna guess what my compression is gonna be then? Oh. My music stopped. I can't work without music. Why did it stop? He's actually a really good singer. He's got his own song out, you know. Let's go racing. So we brought the car out. I think we went to a race somewhere. Oh yeah, I drove the car down to the World Series down in Cordova. It was about 90 or 100 miles down there, and I raced and won a couple rounds in Pro Mod. And then I think we brought it out here to SU Sand Cars. That's where Ed Thornton has his business over there, and Ed's the wheel man for this car. They call him Plastic Man here in the West Coast. So the Plastic Man has a business there. We unloaded the car there and drove it from there into the Pomona to the World Finals at NHRA there about 4 days ago. Then we went cruising around again in Pomona after the race, and then we hauled it over here to Las Vegas. Went cruising the strip last night. It was pretty fun. Monday night, and ran into some people that seen the car racing, and now we're here. We're gonna get ready here to run Pro Mod, so we just want to make sure that the motor is nice and healthy, and looks like we got a race car ready to go, so we're pretty happy.
How's the noodles coming along?
Noodles are done. Making a little bit of a mess, so.
I can get it again afterwards, but just get it on there so it'll hold itself up. And I can screw the panel down.
What happened? Oh, Shane spilled water again. Just flushing the lines, getting ready to store the street stuff away. Just want to make sure it's stored away clean, and so that when we grab it off the shelf, we're ready to go, you know. So the inside tire, we put about 55 pounds in it. The outside, 6 to 7 pounds. We just changed the fluid in the quick drive. The converter itself is actually a Mark Mickey and M&M converter, and we're really happy with that combination. They both do a great job. And then behind that, our transmission is actually a 3-speed Linko, and we're real happy with all that. It's street proven and it's race proven, so I don't know what else a person could ask for. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to warm it up, put some heat in this, and then we'll check over all the fittings and all the mess that we've done, and probably in a little bit here we're going to spool it up and see how she sounds and see how healthy it is. Sounds good. We got a lot of heat soak here. I want that crankshaft to absorb a lot of that heat, so the bearings around the crankshaft are at the right tolerance before we put a little mustard on it. So we'll give it about 10 minutes here and we'll light it up. I'm scrolling through the catalog here, just double checking that the CO2 does have the right pressures. I can tell that on the dashboard. So we're gonna go ahead and run this up now. Our street mode shown right here, which is pretty cool because when you're in street mode, you can go ahead, when you go to reverse, it's got the backup camera. That's what's behind us. Anytime I hit reverse, so I can see what's happening. So you can see how it illuminates in red. That's my brake lights lighting up the tent. So that's street mode. Here's another nice little page that happens when we go into burnout mode. Now there's new parameters, and there's just whatever's on this screen right here is just the important business. When you're doing a burnout mode, you want to watch your RPMs. It'll have a different setting for your rev limiter and your RPMs, your coolant temperature, fuel pressure, things that you just basically need to know. Automatically the backup camera comes in because when you're done with your burnout, you're going to immediately hit reverse, so it's already there. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to be looking for race mode, and that is race mode, and then whatever the tune is in the car. Alright, so here we go. That was good. It sounded good. Looked good on the timer. I think we're about right on target. Sure. We just ran this thing. Everything is perfect on it. We're pretty excited about it. So we got ourselves a badass hot rod. Tomorrow is just a test and tune day, so it's a punch card deal. Get up to 3 runs, and I'm sure we'll make at least 1 or 2 of them. and get some more information so we get ready for the real race on Friday and Saturday. And I don't know if people understand what's been going on. I came out here essentially by myself. Doug drove the truck out. Our team's back home. My thoughts are with them. They're hurting. They're not feeling good. So I borrowed a team from Daryl Hubbard. It's called D-Bar-D Racing. They run a blue Camaro out here. They're really successful. Ed Thornton and his team at Shane Tuckenberry's a tuner. Doug Stewart, Derek, Tom Esprit. There's a whole gang, Race. They all work on their car. So I've essentially borrowed their team. I really do appreciate them doing that because this wasn't on their schedule. They all have lives, they all have careers, and they're putting them on hold to see my dream come true here. Hopefully we can set a world record here this weekend, so stay tuned.
Day, dear Maxwell, happy birthday to you.
Their trick candles are gonna keep on coming back. Gotta get these ones
Good
over here.
job.
You missed one over here.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh man.